Okay, so here we are, and we want to hear about how Harvey and I feelings about their choice in wedding venues, etc. So they told us that they want to. It all started with the engagement party, where they had a country fair, and short of goats and sheep out in the pasture, with paper plates and hot dogs and nacho cheese dip, it was very casual. So I put that aside because I thought, well, all right, so that's casual, but maybe the wedding will be a little bit more sophisticated. Because here's the thing about weddings. You're going to look back on them 20, 30 years later when your tastes have changed, you've gotten a little bit more sophisticated, you've done a few different things in life, you've grown up a little bit, and you're going to look back on your wedding and think, okay, why did I have, I don't know, have it be really casual? So that's the only thing that I hope that they don't look back on it and regret that it was very casual. I get it that they're much more casual than my husband and I, and we just like to enjoy nicer things and are a little bit more sophisticated and like to go to nice restaurants and travel, and we would like for them to be able to have a wedding that brings in some of those elements. Cool, sophisticated. It can be casual as long as it's sophisticated. So there's casual and not sophisticated, and then there's casual and sophisticated. So, my idea of a casual wedding could be something along the beach with elegant white linens and, beautiful orchid flowers and a gorgeous dress. But instead, they want to do something more casual and simple as opposed to elegant and really pulled together, and flowers and lighting and elegant venues and sophisticated, and you can go anywhere from having a beautiful tent and chairs and things outdoors, as well as the most sophisticated hotel and ballroom event. And it would be a lot of fun to do something a little bit more sophisticated and maybe different, as opposed to just casual and in a barn and with a taco truck and etc. But at the end of the day, they don't look back on it and think that we could have done something different or better, etc. So, on another subject, let's talk about the food. They want to have food trucks, and already Ryan noticed that my face just completely fell when she mentioned food trucks. And Jordan assured me it was gourmet food trucks. Okay, let's be real. Gourmet food trucks just mean they're fancier tacos or fancier hot dogs. It doesn't mean it's gourmet. It doesn't mean that it's a macadamia nut encrusted halibut with a little beurre blanc sauce. It's not going to be like that if that's the way they're going to have food trucks. The other thing is no matter how many food trucks they have, if they're going to be 100, 150 people, they're going to have to stand in line. And that's not my idea of a pleasant wedding at all, where everybody is standing in line waiting for food trucks to serve them out of a window. I just can't even imagine quite how that's going to work out. We like food that is got a little bit more flavor and a little fancier and a little bit more elegant, and we would hope that they would choose something like that with some really higher end tastes and a nice fish, a nice piece of meat, done simply with a lovely sauce, but that really isn't going to be in the realm of what a food truck is going to be able to serve, no matter how cool the food truck is. And I know that there are a lot of them that are doing some really great things, but at the end of the day, it strikes me that it's going to be paper plates, it's going to be standing in line, and it's again going to be very casual food. And at the end of the day, David, I hope I get a chance to meet you, and let's hope this all works out, because I'm not so sure.
Hi, I am Cami Padilla, Ryan's mama, or her mamacita. I get called all kinds of names, but mama's always included. Well, I guess this is the church. There's a reason behind that whole thing, which is very dear to my heart, where it's emotional, and at the same time, it's where the hard struggles came in as a single mom. And I brought Ryan up for a very long time by myself with the help of my mother and my brother, which lived in Hawaii. I always had that strong family help, but I always did. I worked 2-3 jobs to put her through a private Christian school, because I wanted her to have God behind her and to have the strengths of becoming a strong, independent woman. And that was my decision of putting her there. As the time went on, I realized that was the best decision that I could have ever made for myself and for my daughter. And you have your dreams, and you see this adventure for your children, and that was one of them. My daughter used to always want this big Disneyland wedding. Well, okay, growing up, as a kid, things change. Now it's a whole different vision. But the church part, again, is kind of very sentimental to me, because, I want to see her walk down that aisle and, be based on, the Lord and things that she was brought up with. But I understand where the conflict is on that, but at the same time, it is very close to my heart because of the struggles I've had to go through to bring her up. And I try not to say anything. Basically, I don't say anything, because I just realize that is something that's very dear to me. But again, it's one of, it's hard for me to explain how I feel inside, but they are their own people. So, and they are adults, they're going to make their own decisions. But I would love to see my daughter get married in a church. That's what it all based down to. If it doesn't happen, will I be okay? Of course I'll be okay. But at the same time, it's important to me. And other things going on with, them getting married, and, we have seen some family conflict, and it's been kind of hard. I see the struggles on their face from it, where it's kind of brought some tension to them, to their relationship. I'm a very, how can I say, a very voice person, but at the same time, I wear my heart on my shoulders. I'm very sensitive. So, but my daughter's my world. Again, I was a single mom. We grew up together in so many ways, but I'm always strict on her. So I have a tendency to, do a lot of things for them, because I want them to be happy. She's half Brazilian, she's half Mexican, Portuguese, and she's been raised around the Hawaiian culture. If you really look at the cultures of these families, they're loud, they're explosive. My daughter thinks I'm crazy. I'll do happy dances in the store, I'll be laughing, we'll be singing. Sometimes she's into it, sometimes she's not. She basically thinks I'm crazy. But she is her mother's daughter. That's what she has to remember. She is her mother's daughter. She's a bit crazy there too. Anyways, with the conflict in the family, I think that's basically what it is she's been raised in a very loud, voiceful, every family has skeletons in the closet, but we have a tendency to put our issues and problems out on the table and squash them, move on, or some things aren't squashed. you know, where I think on Jordan's side, things are a little bit different. The family's a little bit smaller, you know, I don't even think I'd say they're a little bit calmer in a lot of ways. And I think that's where a lot of it is kind of, we hit like kind of a wall. And it kind of, in some sense, I guess, maybe turned out to be, try to talk to people about it. People say, well, sometimes there's a tendency of jealousy because it seems like you're closer to the kids. And, you know, I am a lot younger. You know, I had my daughter when I was young. So I guess I come out that way of having a very young, vibrant, you know, personality. So I get what the kids are involved in, what their likes, what the new things are. So, you know, I can see that, as I hope one day that we can be one big happy family. I don't know. Sometimes it can happen, sometimes it can't, you know, but I am hoping even when grandbabies come, you know, again, in our family, when a baby comes, oh, you are sucking on that baby, hugging that baby. The parents don't even have to take care of the baby when there's adults from our family around, because that's all they want to do is hug and love. And that's just kind of how, you know, we come across as people. We hug and kiss. Oh, hi, love you. There's the word love 24/7, you know. So those are basically the things I could really present, of saying that yes, there is some family conflict. And again, yes, I would love to have my daughter get married in a church, to see her walk down that aisle, and have that be surrounded in that Lord's house. So, you know, if you can do anything to kind of help us get through all this, we totally love it. Love it, David. And thank you so much. Bye.